What's up, guys? What's up, party people? So, gonna do it again. Basically, it's just on the bullshit. Realistically, I'm gonna tell you the truth, guys. I have no topic really to talk about. I just figured, hey, let's go live, see where the conversation leads us, and go from there. But first, let's say what's up to everyone. So everyone is acknowledged here today. Turn some of these things off so I don't burn up my computer like I am at the moment. Hang on 1 second. I gotta turn all this crap off. I hate computers. And yeah, all right, there you go. That's much better. What's up, Amy? How you doing? What's up, Wolf? What's up, Grizz? What's up, Fred? What's up, Sean? How you doing, sir? GPS in the house. Let me see. What's up, Soul? Not gonna go much further. Not gonna do it. Any for odd names? I see you guys are just in there bullshitting. What's up, B-Ball, if you're still out there? And we're gonna find the last name. Will be. Oh, that's it. Yep, that's it. Okay, so like I said, nothing big, no big topic. Matter of fact, I don't even have very much time. I got football today. It's gonna be our last game of the season, so figure I'd just bullshit rather than stress and anticipate that happening. So let's have a conversation. All right, so let me go ahead and get the link out there to you guys. And I'm gonna make this very clear. I am in a serious debate in my brain on whether or not Pete will be allowed back on my stream. Here's why. Predicted it, I called it, it happened, denied it. But here's the really big issue I got. So I'm listening to Al K's, a few of his uploads, because yeah, that's right. Believe it or not, guys, if you put anything out there, most likely I watch it. Yep, all of you. And Pete was on there, and it reminded me, it's like he does it on purpose. That laughing, that interrupting, that tossing the conversation on its head. The worst part about it is I say, Pete, don't come in here, deny everything, and say you know, but without an explanation. First thing he does. So shame on me, guys. I'm sorry. I effed up yesterday. And I think the day before that. But nonetheless, let's get into it. Let's see what's gonna make sure everything's working. I'm not starting over or anything. I just need to hear something so I can see if the desktop's moving. Real quick. Okay, just checked. See, that's how quick it was. I meant the stream. Bye, guys. I'm just playing. I don't roll like that. And I need to I don't want to take the pillars off, so yeah, I do. So we're gonna change scenes. Give me a sec, guys. Now I roll. I want to feel comfortable. There we go. Now I feel at home. Kind of weird, isn't it? Hang on, I know you're out there, guys. I just need to do this first. Okay. What's up, Sean? How you doing, sir? Oh, I gotta unmute. What's up, sir? How you doing? Let's try that again.
Outstanding. How about yourself?
Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good.
So football practice today, huh?
No,
or your final game?
Yep.
Sweet.
Don't be like that. My girl does that all the time to me. She goes, so during the week we have practices, obviously. Game on weekend.
Uh-huh.
She constantly does this. During the week she says, what time's game? Then on Saturdays, what time's practice? It's like, really? Really? I don't even know if she's doing it on purpose. I don't know.
Well, maybe she is. Maybe she's just hyping you up or something, getting you pissed off.
It's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. I already yell at. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys a little secret. It's not even a secret. I'm very open and happy about it. So my brother, he's the head coach for one of the high schools out here, and he's been coaching his sons since the oldest one's first season. So he's been coaching like exclusively them for over 16 years. He told me around year 10 why he became a coach. And it's not the best reason in the world, and it's not even a logical reason, because you'll understand when I say it. I get to yell at little white kids, and I don't get in trouble for it. Yeah, you heard me. See, so, you know when I get triggered here, and I get loud, real loud? That's how I am on a football field. Period. So, yeah, I get to yell at little kids, and their parents don't yell at me, and cops don't come, and it's pretty fun. But yeah, as most of you guys know, I do have a darker skin. I like to call it sexy caramel. It's not black. And yeah, it's not acceptable in a society, really. And that's like the only contract I even think about, but only because I enjoy yelling at little white kids. Don't worry, I yell at mine more.
Well, I coached my son's team when he first started, and I think he was 6 when he first started. So coaching that team was kind of fun. They'd go out there on the field and line up for during the game and stuff, and it'd hike the ball, and one kid would just start running out into the outfield and laying down and stuff like that. So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. So I didn't even get to finish, or I didn't finish myself. So I didn't grow up in ghettos. I grew up upper middle class. So yeah, it's kind of what I've been around my whole life. So when I say you yell at little white kids, that's because couldn't before. But it's fun, and I enjoy doing it. Wait, what do you say? You need your guests. All you need to do is get frame and give warning. People who show they can't behave should be banned. All right. Well, Gustin, I don't agree with you. Trust me, and I've proved this many times. So in the chat, he said, "I need my guests. All you need to do is get firm and give warnings. People who show they can't behave should be banned." Yeah, that's how it is. Pete, think about it. There's only a handful of people that aren't allowed on my panel. Not even a handful. I think Pete, Ali now, real close to pushing for Travis. Not yet though. Aaron, when he's too drunk or trolling in the chat first. Rumpus is real fucking close. But other than that, I got no problem with no one else. Yeah, so yeah, trust me, I do need my guests, because I like when Sean comes on, someone to talk to. I like when everyone else comes on, there's someone to talk to as well. Yeah, Flat Earth Data, thank you, Wolf. And but I've done this so many times. I'm a ranter. If you're sitting in front of me or smoking a joint, I'm gonna rant. So I can do a good. I think my record is 3.5 hour rant, few consecutive days, but I can easily rant nonstop. I can do it for an hour. I can do it for 4 hours. I got a lot to say. What's up, Dress?
Well, you've even offered to throw everybody off the panel just to rant.
Yeah, it's fun. So I like to rant, but sometimes, and I a lot of people may not like it when I'm ranting, but sometimes I have fucking this monolithic fucking rants. It just flows. I don't even know what I'm saying. I don't feel it. It's just everything's flowing out and it works. Those, yep. Oh yeah, those happen quite a bit. Problem is they're hit or miss sometimes, but when it does happen, I feel so good. Sometimes the only streams I've ever listened to are my good rants. I'm not gonna lie. I listen back to stuff, but what I mean is to hear when I hear my voice in other streams, I turn it off instantly.
I have two questions.
No.
One, how can you say that many words without breathing? Don't answer that yet. Two, I enjoy listening to your solo rants when I'm riding. It's one of the podcasts I tend to put on.
and I thought about it because they can just, it's not going to be a 3-sentence thing. You're going to have time to hear it. And you're right. Yeah. See, and you also, it's kind of hard to turn it off when you're on your bike, huh?
I have to say, I had a classic on Discord last night. I was in one of the politics rooms, and I asked this guy if he liked fish sticks, and he said yes, and I said, "Oh, gay fish." I can't believe he fell for it.
Okay, so I'm gonna use this time to be a gossip girl. Sometimes it is. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it's fun. So I just don't be malicious, or this is malicious, but I'm not gonna be.
You just go, girl.
24/7. Holy crap! How much do you think they hate Jose? Oh my!
Oh, a lot.
Oh my god! Whoa! And I'm not gonna lie to you. I was recording, and then I stopped recording, and I will not play it because of the shit they said. It is insane. He is I thought I was hated over there. No. Jose is much more hated than I am.
He did such a good job. He did such a good job of showing Nathan Jokeley as the dick that he really is with those 3 questions, and actually recording his side where he wasn't muted.
Yep.
I think that's a large part. I mean, obviously he's, like yourself, he's an apostate, therefore should be stoned to death. An apostate from the flat earth rather than apostate from any of your religious views. That's what I'm saying.
Funny to me, and I've just realized that flat earthers, the main question I get from flat earthers is, what made you go back to the globe? I tell them that I now understand what science is telling me and how I can verify for myself. And when I say that, it's like I just told them because I fucking like to. Just to piss you guys off. Because then that's when they attack.
It's like I had sex with your grandmother even though she's cremated. Blow the dust off the end of my dick.
Yeah, exactly. Every time you talk to him. Freaking insane. And then I realize every time I talk to him, I tell him every time I talk to him, or I think every time I talk to him, none of these fucking people are truthers. I can say right now, I know a group of flat earthers that are fake as fuck. And that's 24/7, and they're admin. Mainly, they're admin. Or they're mods, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I literally I was being so nice in there and really and I actually had one of them sticking up for me. I got booted. And he even sent me a load of personal messages saying, "Oh, I'm really sorry, I'm trying to get you back in."
Well, here's the funny part. Here's the funny part, because like I said, I the whole time I've been around, I always carried the respect thing, right? So
yeah.
I even when I left Flat Earth, I'm still cool with a lot of Flat Earthers. I still talk to them. When I was a Flat Earther, I didn't get along with a lot of them because I thought about evolution and all that crap. But the main thing about it is that so, and I'm going to make this very clear: the admin, the senior moderators at 24/7, they're not part of this. Jose, Indigo, fucking BattleBot or Battle whatever, fuck Michael. I don't know, like fucking other names. Becky, like I have conversations all the time about how fucking ridiculous it is over there because I get kicked. At least I can get kicked. Shit, just I know I'm gonna get kicked because I'm gonna have a conversation, and the second you disrespect me, I'm gonna say something, and they don't like that, so they boot me. Yeah. I then message one of the mods or one of the admin or senior mods, and they let me back in, and it's like a fucking cat. It's like a dog and cat or whatever the fuck, a dog and pony show. There you go. It's fucking ridiculous. But it's like these. I can tell because they go live. I can point out 8 people every time it's live who are there acting like fucking assholes because it's live. And it's fucking pathetic. And I'm gonna tell you right now, that group at 24/7 I'm talking about is the only flat earthers I can give a shit less for, and respect is never going to be given there. Fuck them. They act like assholes. They treat people like assholes. They're going to be treated like assholes. I can't. Every time I go there and I try to be respectful, only talk to the people that I know, and other people jump in and it's off the races. I even can count down my fucking getting kicked from there. It's fucking disgusting. They don't want to have a conversation. They just want you to hear how it is flat. See, I was going on a rant. My bad. That was a good one too. Oh.
That was a good one.
Too much.
Yeah, I could care less about it. I don't even go on 24/7. I just, it doesn't. It's not really in my interest. I'm more about just having a conversation.
Well, the best part about it is that as much as I'm trying to find something, and if I don't find it, I gotta go outside real quick. Last one. All right, guys, I'll be right back. I gotta go run outside real quick. Very important. Continue. Talk amongst yourself.
No worries. So I had a lovely little exchange with Quantum Eraser today on chat, which was quite funny.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't really see him on anything other than Oakley show. So.
Oh, and yeah, he did what I thought he did, which was delete my post because I really ripped him one. So he did his, I'll drag you around by your Mr. Magoo hair kind of thing, a nice little threat as he does. So I saved this response because I was actually quite pleased with it. And I said, Quantum Eraser, bruh, like all blowhards, you talk a tough game on the internet. I won't threaten you, mate. The gaffes and lack of knowledge you've demonstrated is just fucking incredible. This is why so many people have commented on your farcical views. This is why you are seen as a big joke. You actually think anyone actually takes you seriously? Don't make me laugh.
He's even losing flat earthers.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. Yeah, bro, if I want a haircut, I go to a hairdresser. If I want a view on philosophy of science and the scientific method, I won't ask someone who can't even comport themselves in an adult conversation as demonstrate he's a blowhard and a buffoon. Oh, and when I look up tough men, sorry, your name doesn't seem to make the list, but maybe being a biker for the last 35 years and NBC for 20, I've met some people who really are tough. So book your ticket, pop over the pond, and let's see how big your balls really are. Now, I hope you enjoyed your lesson in how to properly insult someone, dickhead dweeb.
Now, Josh, he deserved every word of that, right? He deserved every word of it. I got one thing to say to you, though. Fuck you. I hate people like you. Never write a fucking novel in my shit, please. And Gleam, if you're out there, fuck you too. Because Gleam does.
Yeah. I don't often write posts quite that long unless they're actually factual, but yeah.
And that's why I don't write posts, because if I'm writing something that I'm pissed, and especially if it's to him, and I don't have the time to write a novel about how I feel about him, the thing I do is every time he was at 24/7 a few days ago, and I popped in, I didn't even know he was there, and all of a sudden he was like, well, that's a fucking crayon muncher for you. He's a fucking. I'm like, dude, who? What? Like, dude, I haven't even said a word. Why are you talking shit? Well, because you're the worst. I'm like, all right. I just start laughing at him, and he gets so pissed. It's so funny. Like, I realized getting triggered with him is what he wants. If you laugh at his, like you're in his face, he gets fucking triggered so fast. It's so great. I love it. That's why.
I know.
Like, and the worst part is he messages me at least 3 times a week, just talking shit. He don't ever say anything about me on the stream, nothing. But he's just constantly talking shit and asking stupid questions. I should do a QE dumb question, because he asks the same copy paste questions, but every once in a while I can tell he actually typed for once, and it is the stupidest shit I've ever heard. I think one time he asked me why you could see Polaris from the South Pole twice a year. And I was like, excuse me? What'd you say?
You are kidding me.
I swear to God, I gotta find it. It's like so many days
Oh
up.
my
But,
God.
and here's the kicker to it. Here's the kicker. He said, and I fucking quote, remember, he thinks it's flat, right? He says, on your spinning ball crayon muncher, you can see it twice a year because on your model, the Earth tilts in two different directions twice a year. That's why we have summer and winters. Oh, he didn't say the summer and winter part, but I knew that's what he was talking about. And I didn't even respond for like 3 days. And I just typed back, you may want to spell check. And it was just to be a dick. But yeah, I hate him with a passion. He's such a dick face.
Yeah, no, he was coming into White Knight for Sleeping Warrior because he was asking stupid questions. It's the video they did on a clock at 20 miles.
So well, hang on, because Fred in the chat is comparing Gleam with QE. Oh, never mind. Okay. I thought he was comparing, like, putting them together, and I was like, oh hell no, you can't do that. That's fucked up. I like Gleam. Gleam is a cool dude. QE, he puts away. I call Spurs a snake oil salesman. Bro Sanchez, he's a fucking scammer. QE. He's like that sick fucker that makes a cult because he may want to do the Kool-Aid thing and he doesn't want to do it alone.
He wants to do the Jimmy Jones special.
Yeah, that's
issues. Welcome to Quantum Eraser
issues.
Town. Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, he's a special breed of fucking idiot. And again, between Quantum Eraser, Spurs, and 24/7, don't expect anything ever pleasant out of my mouth about them. Period. And yes, Wolf, if I ever saw certain people from this community, I would love to break my hand and go to jail for a few nights. No problem. And I promise you it will happen. If I did, it will. That's why I don't go to all these meetups. Because if I see certain people that doxed me, just did stupid shit that keyboard warriors do, and non-keyboard warriors don't allow to happen if they can get their hands on them. Yeah, that's gonna happen. So that's why, like, I refuse. I'm not going to LA. Not gonna happen. Nope. No. Oh no. I'll tell you right now, if I went to LA, and it's not even like Earth is seriously flat, but the people that go to that area, you want to know one person? I'll give you one person. You ready? Dan the Water Girl.
Oh.
I would put my fist through the back of his head if he ever gets in my face. That scam, just evil, I got nothing good to say. See, I can be an asshole too.
I think that there are always people out there that push your buttons.
Oh no. The people I just told you about, they don't push my buttons. They're on a more dangerous side. I'm on that, like, go be quiet. You may even wave once in a while, but I'm gonna have a bad day one day, and if I see you, yeah, they're on that list. Yeah,
that's more than just
I
want to make sure those enemies stay real nice and close, and I'm nice and quiet, and then bam.
Yeah, those are the ones where you stay quiet when when they start talking to you. Mm-hmm. You don't say a fucking word, and you just go quiet. Your face drops.
you just wait for that trigger word and then go. I'm a grown down man. I haven't had to do it in a long time, but that's also because I stay away from people like that. And I was hearing that earlier. Yesterday I heard it. I think I heard a little bit today in a few other chats where it's that, this person, that person does this, and I can't stand that person. I would never have Quantum Eraser on my panel. I would never have Nathan Thompson on my panel. I never again ever will even attempt to have Flat Earth Data on my panel. And there's people out there that try to get me and Quantum Erasers, me and Flat Earth Data on a panel together for that shit show they know it's going to be. And that's red flag to me. I'm sorry. I can't stand it. I've said it openly. That one night on Jose's, that was a fucking bullshit. If I was Jose, I would have deleted that stream. That's how fucking bad that shit show got towards the end. I forget what day it was. I think it was with Brenda and someone else. Brenda and Nathan, I think. But it was just, you can't. That shit can't go down.
Oh,
like
what?
that. Fuck that.
The Brenda losing it on with Nathan Oakley.
No, Nathan Thompson.
Nathan Thompson, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, that was terrible.
A personal shit show. It was Brenda, Nathan Thompson, and Grim V. And I lost a lot of respect for Grim V because usually he's pretty chill. He wouldn't take it to that personal level, and he decided, fuck it. And that's the type of person Nathan makes people be.
See, I don't like Nathan Thompson because he has this pleasant facade, and there's something nasty under there, and you see it in interactions to people like Brenda or to other people. I mean, there are people I really fucking dislike, but I don't go out of their way to do personal jabs and jibes at them just because they're there. I will react.
Nathan has that look. Nathan Thompson, he has the look. I call it the look. That look where it's like you said, they're there, but there's something. You can tell there's some curtains. There's like kind of see-through curtains, and he's hiding behind that.
Yeah,
that dude's But I wanted to say this because I take it very seriously when I'm talking about Nathan Oakley and Bro Sanchez and all that shit. And yesterday I heard someone say that Nathan like always asks for money, and I'll keep it. I have to keep it real. I won't slander someone on some bullshit. I don't think I've ever heard Nathan ask for money for himself. Over at Jose's, he actually says, "Super chat me questions in Jose's." He pushes the shit out of his merch. But if you had merch, what the fuck? That's what you're supposed to do. I don't think he does anything wrong in that sense. Except, I mean, he knows it ain't fucking flat. But he's not trying to get people's money. He's trying to push loot, and he's become a character. It's very clear. I mean, it's not like he's having philosophical good conversations. Jose, oh damn, my bad. Carlos, I'm so happy you're here, buddy. I want to make an announcement. Ready? I want to call Carlos out. I want to have an evolution debate. Right, you heard me. Oh yeah. Because here's the thing. I've known he's.
You want to talk about your clades? You want to talk about taxonomy?
Well, so here's the thing. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about gene drift?
And here's the thing. Me and Carlos are cool. So I think a debate discussion with kind of authorities is acceptable. I think should be invite only, but I'd like to have a debate evolution because here's the thing. I've known Carlos is religious, which is all cool. That has nothing to do with what I want to do. But I just recently that I found out how much he disagrees with evolution. And here's the thing. I get it because it's been like 3 days straight, and I've heard you say it out of your mouth. And you're just like, hey, I don't. Evolution ain't real. And I'm like, oh, he says it so logical. Why is he saying it?
I didn't say that.
Ooh.
I was going to say, Carlos is like, my brother from another mother.
I'm telling you, the past 3 days.
Or maybe a cousin anyway, But
I put it this way. He hadn't said it up until recently, and this is how I know. Because I was against all of Flat Earth because I believe in evolution, and they don't. But like I said, I've known Carlos. I've known you were religious for a while. Like you're actually like really involved with your church. I know that, but it's just never dawned on me how against evolution you are. And I'd like to have a discussion. And if we have an authority, have them come by. Invite only, because obviously we're not going to get into an argument. So having rational people here would be cool. Maybe even a good thing.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. And it has nothing to do with Flat Earth, so it makes me even happier.
Dross is trying to get something out. What was that, Dross?
I know, I was cutting him off on purpose.
That's cool. You were monologuing, man. I had to let you do that, because otherwise you'll feel frustrated.
You have to cut me off. You have to. If I start, I won't stop unless someone calls me out on it.
But it's your it's your show though.
Yeah,
No, it's our
you know,
discussion.
I'll
yeah, it
knock
is
on the
mine.
door, but I'll knock on the door, Sean, but I'm not going to try and kick the door in.
I know, but I ran over you on purpose, though. Like,
Like
you did start first, but I just ran it like I'm doing right now.
I was just going to say, if I could steal someone's smile, it probably would be Carlos's, because it's fucking awesome and it's really annoying. So that was all I was going to say, you know. So if you ever wake up in the bathtub without your smile, you know what fucking happened.
And that is not evolution.
This is my cue to leave.
So
well, I thought otherwise, you know, I had to make it creepy, otherwise it sounded a little gay.
Yeah, it would have been weird. It would have been super weird.
It worked out. It worked out.
So, Carlos, do you accept my my invitation / I'm calling you out, yo?
Right. No, so I got two things to say. First, you said that I've never spoken about what I think about evolution.
I haven't heard it.
Okay, there you go. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Because I've mentioned it multiple times. I have mentioned I am a Christian, and that I don't believe that we came from.
Don't say it. Do not say it. Don't.
Hang on. Because you said Carlos said I don't believe in evolution or something like that. What you said?
You were against what science says about evolution.
Right. So what I actually said was, here's how that came out. Sat Montreal said, you subscribe to all what mainstream science says.
Yes.
And I said, no, I don't. You're mistaken. And I said, because I don't believe that we came from the Big Bang, and that our existence is solely because of evolution. I don't believe evolution in the way that they you know are putting it out there. That's all I said.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's not a malicious thing at all. This is just, hey, buddy of mine thinks differently.
Right. So I believe that we come from an intelligent design, and there is evidence of evolution. What they call is a macro to the macro. So to that point, I see there's a lot of evidence that shows that, but I just don't believe that we solely come from one cell developing into what we are now. So now,
couldn't it have been like multiple different cells that were doing their thing when everything started? I mean, and here's like the better question. Why? I mean, evolution seems pretty good. It seems like a really like good explanation for what we think is happening. And if there is a God, because like I said, I don't believe one, but I don't know. I can't say I don't. And I respect the shit out of you for your belief because you're strong about it. You know, you're not like-minded God. And
oh gosh.
But to me, it's like, why? If it was a God, why wouldn't he have made everything work with this evolution thing? For one, it would be a way, and this is how I think about it, and it's probably wrong as all hell. My bad. Evolution would make it so you wouldn't have to come back and fix anything you messed up, or have to redo or rethink something in the creation sense, I guess. Evolution kind of. You would want to create things and then it work like an ant farm. So you put the ants in and then you let them be, right? But if it's intelligent design, then you'd have to think, because we're all so different, there's got to be a batch that's not right. And he would be like, I want to fix that. Or like, why did I make platypuses? Stuff like that.
Right. Well, in theory, it was all perfect until the deceit of the serpent and the devil.
But then wouldn't that be like saying, wait, then, so you're saying that everyone was, well, how do you, how does everyone know they were good?
No,
if
so
there's
so
No,
Carlos basically is quoting the Genesis story and the
right.
fall.
I'm just being serious. I'm kind of joking about.
I don't know enough
saying
about
that
it, so I don't know.
It was,
You were so fucking with him, Carlos, and he is so out of his
Look,
comfort zone when it comes to actually scripture.
Yeah,
you can fuck him with the book.
Yeah,
actually, let me rephrase that in a more respectful phrasing. You can use the book to really confuse him.
Yeah,
sorry, I was going to go a really bad way with that phrase.
Well, why are you guys all of a sudden holding back the bad words?
Yeah, but see, there's the
whether
thing,
I'm here or not, whether I'm here or not, God can hear you.
Well, no, it's not that.
That's not a good thing. That kind of makes it weird.
No, actually, there's a difference, Carlos, and it's in the way that you comport yourself in general in your general life. You try to be honest, you try to be truthful, you try to be a decent human being. I've not seen you actually being pedantically be an arsehole. You don't claim to know things that you don't know. You can be a bit of a pedantic arsehole. Okay, fair enough. But generally, you are a reasonable human being. So it's unfair of me not to treat you like a reasonable human being in my morality. It's why if you were a shit human being, I would have no problem treating you like shit.
Just remember what side you're on, Dress.
I know what side I'm on. Doesn't mean I'm going to be nice with that. It means I understand where he's coming from, and it means the fact that there are different arguments with different people.
Well, here's one thing we agree on.
And just because we have a disagreement, the people I have generally bad disagreements with are people like Spurs because they are dishonest. I hate dishonesty.
Yeah,
it really fucks me off.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel like Carlos has ever been particularly dishonest with me. I don't
he's always dishonest with you. He told me.
I don't think because he's not telling me what he claims. He's not telling me what he claims is a fact. He's telling me what he claims is a belief, and that is a difference.
And that's one thing. Like when it comes to evolution and and the creation, I'm like, well, look, I don't have anything to show. So I'll be honest and say, this is stuff that I, by faith, I believe, and I can't force you to, to unless I actually have some hard evidence that I know that will perhaps be, I can persuade you and say, look, this is something solid, tangible. So I don't have anything because I have very little knowledge on that. And like I was telling South Montreal, I stick with what I know. And since I don't know very much about that, then I know my place. I need to just say, hey, this is what I think. This is what I believe. Do I have something to back it up with? No. So I'm not going to come here and argue with anybody about it.
Yeah.
And that is the position of an honest human being.
That's why it would be a discussion. Here's the thing that's crazy to me.
Stop it, guys. I'm here.
Here's the thing that's crazy to me. Kind of like dark energy, dark matter. Either side can really debate it.
No, I don't really. I mean, astrophysics isn't my gig, to be honest.
Well,
so again,
it's anybody. It's abgenesis, right? What is it?
Abiogenesis? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. Even science, it says there's no evidence that they're using. It's all hypothetical or theoretical, I guess you'd say.
What they're trying to do is that they're trying to say, is it possible? And if it is possible, how close to the conditions can we get to when we think life started? And the trouble is they keep having to push back. Yes. When the oldest life they find is, I think when I was a kid, it was something like 3 billion years. Now it's at about 4.2 billion years or something. It's ridiculously close after the cooling of the Earth. So there was obviously a lot of shit happening at that time.
I just don't think it's possible to have. I mean, if you can't have any tangible evidence to at least stand on, you have to say you don't know. And I'm not saying science doesn't, or anyone for that matter. In the authority, but that's the argument all the time. It's all the time. It's the beginning. Neither one can talk about the beginning.
I want to point out that I'm not saying that the Big Bang is not possible. I'm
saying I got issue with the Big Bang, big time. That's what we agree on.
Well, shoot. Well, I'm like I said, my position is like even when I spoke with at one point I spoke.
His mobile signal's been struck down.
Yeah, it's not me.
Or he's just done a really good Jose
Can you hear
Freeze.
me? Can you hear me?
You're good. You're good now.
So, like, we can still have a heliocentric model with an Earth and infinite, space, and that's still what you can give credit to a creator, God. Like, how much more special do you feel if you're like one little planet in this vast, place that is the only one that can sustain life? To me, that feels like, well,
It's not.
I don't feel insignificant. I don't feel insignificant. And then the contrary, I was like, oh, cool. Like, we're like this one planet and all this area that actually is in the perfect place to sustain life. I'm like, it doesn't take away from a creator, even if it is a heliocentric model. And that's what I'm arguing. I was like, it doesn't make sense to say, oh, we feel more special because, it's just a small plate with a dome. And I'm like, it's a dumb argument to me anyway.
Well, to me,
I mean,
in that sense of it, you got to remember
yeah.
this though. It's like, how do you say it? Go ahead, Rock. I'm trying to figure out how to word it.
No, I was going to say. I mean, I have a kind of belief in a created universe, but also think that the laws of physics. I think if something was smart enough to kick the ball going, then by that design, he's smart enough to have something that will cascade.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. I don't have any problems with science or age of stuff or, whether there was a Big Bang or not. If we hold to cause and effect in some sort of term, then there has to be a first cause. If we can actually understand that there isn't a first cause or a requirement for a predecessing action, then I've got to take into question whether that faith is reasonable. But we've never got to that point. I don't think we ever will.
I've never asked this question.
Yeah.
Well, Carlos, is the Earth God's creation or is the universe? In the sense of, it's almost as if everything's talked about us only being created. So, see, that's why I didn't know how to ask it, because it's a weird question.
Well,
was you asking was the universe already there and God's when we are the only thing that is
it's
God's
almost
creation?
Like it was like almost like everyone, like you kind of said, we live in the Goldilocks zone, and how the odds of and a creator makes sense for you. Is it like it's always like without asking the asshole question, who created God? It's like it's almost like when people are talking about it, it's when Earth was created that God and all this stuff came about and all that. But it's like, what? Like, I know you believe in space, so it has to be more, right?
Right.
It's almost just, it's kind of like the conversation, the asshole way of asking, who created this guy? But yeah, it's almost like when you hear the discussion about, someone's belief about it, it's almost as if it starts with Earth. And that's why I don't think there's a conversation in that when you say say it, someone got to say it for me, the beginning.
I personally, from that perspective, think that as humans, we have a very homocentric view. And that's how we write our literature.
That's the thing, because what you said, Carlos, wasn't right, though. Because there are many planets that we have identified now that have what it would take in a spot to sustain life. And then that's kind of like what's fucking with science right now.
Yeah. Well, how come evolution didn't happen there?
We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know if it did or not.
We don't know.
That's why when you said when you said earlier the idea of us being the only ones, but for science, because they now know there are planets that are capable of sustaining life, and it has what observably looks like, water and the right spot, they have to now say, we don't know. There, there is a conundrum now going on between, is there other, Earth human-like people, or, aliens is really how you have to say it, out in our solar system, our galaxy, or our universe. Because it is so large, because there is so much actually there, there's more of a percentage that there is than there isn't.
And even if there is,
it's because of the science we know and what we know and can see ourselves and with science, which is why the idea of another race or civilization is that far-fetched in our brain. Because
Sean, do you drive a silver F-150?
Me?
Yeah.
I used to. I used to have a white F-150.
Well, I don't know. There was a fucking truck that cut me up almost as badly as you just did in that conversation.
I do it on purpose.
I was just wondering if it was you.
Yeah, because here's the other thing. I smoke. So sometimes if I don't hurry and get it out, it will be lost forever.
Yes.
Or until 2 minutes after you left. I can't ask the question. What's up, Tony? How you
Could
doing,
always
sir?
write it down.
Yeah, I mean,
like other people.
I do.
I like
actually
to write
do.
it down.
I have a list of everything we've been talking about.
I think there should be a rule that everyone who appears on panels should write their questions down so they don't cut people up.
Holy shit, I was thinking about that last night, Toady, because I was like, if you make that mandatory, then you have to be listening. And it cuts down on the talking.
Everyone be biased against the guy with the anally retentive memory. Thank you.
Well, yeah, it's like watching the flat Earth videos. So you have let's say a show of Globebusters, and there will be so many different things that I can pick at, but I never write down any timestamps or anything, and I don't feel like going back to watch the video.
Oh yeah, that's really annoying. I do that too.
Oh, I hate that. It's like this little snippets is like, this is so whatever. Like Owen Benjamin saying, it is impossible for an object to make a shadow smaller than itself. And I'm going and there's like 5,000, 7,000 people listen to this guy. They're going, yes. And I'm going like, this is, just little things like that.
Stop doing that.
Yeah. And hey, does anybody, I have a question. Has anybody seen a video by Mitchell from Australia with the coin in the table?
Yes.
You see how he
does
Sean, do you see how he's deflecting away from the topic? He's running.
No. We can come back. I'm not running.
I have it written down. He ain't going nowhere.
Trust. I'm not running away. No. Actually, I did have something to say about what we were talking about, and Sean was saying like who came first? If God is right. So if God created the earth, then humans or whatever in earth, that was the universe already there? Like, where did God come from or whatever? And it's like, I don't know, like the way I see it is, we think in our minds, what else minds we're gonna think on? We time, right? We think in a chronological way, like
Then you're talking about the A theory and the B theory of time, aren't you, Carlos? Linear time versus simultaneity.
I wouldn't know. I've never heard. I don't know. Maybe I am, but maybe I don't know. That's not what I'm going.
You're going down that route.
Okay.
Where God doesn't necessarily experience time in a linear fashion. God experiences time as a simultaneity, which is why he can be present in all places, all times, all things.
Yeah, there you go. That's
why
one
you have
aspect.
to
That's
be
one aspect.
I
don't understand that.
So that he can experience time. Yeah, there's another argument around that.
I
think it's much more interesting to think, right? God has to be in and of and part of everything, because otherwise God is separate to something, and therefore he doesn't have power or influence over it, therefore he can't by definition be God. That's a pretty interesting one as well.
But he doesn't command over anyone, does he?
That's the monad view.
Yeah, because
the analogy. Go ahead.
Well, we are part in that model. We are part of God. The universe part of God. God is everything. God is
everything
one.
has to be, because otherwise
things.
it's not God. And if something's defined as not God, he therefore isn't omnipotent. He therefore isn't all powerful, right? If there's a thing that is not God,
But
whatever that thing is.
But do you know that for sure?
No, of course not. That's why it's on
No,
faith.
no, of course. But these are
Let's-
like philosophical
they-
concepts that were like created about 500
You know
years
what?
ago, and they do a
we
pretty
should-
good job of it, right? The arguments are pretty strong. Yeah.
We should get the man of God in the panel so he can enlighten us on some.
No,
Ooh,
that-
we could do a review of Augustine, or
I can't stand
Your origin.
irritates me.
oh
man. Anyway,
I was
the
very
analogy
happy
that I
he
was
was on
going
the
to give
panel.
is the analogy I was going to give was that, you know, if somebody who lives in, say, a two-dimensional world will have a hard time, you know, picturing or imagining a three-dimensional world, and I think it's the same for us trying to understand how God can be. You know, that's, you know, it's just seems impossible, but you know, but we know, like for example of two-dimensional, three-dimensional, that both are real or whatever. But anyway, I don't know. Like I said,
I know what you're saying.
if I don't, you know, I don't have enough to give you for our debate, but I can talk about it. And,
No.
and like
I don't
Bro
want to
said,
debate. I don't know enough about it
Okay.
to debate. I just have
So,
my opinion.
yeah,
But
I got triggered yesterday with something. I get so triggered when it comes to people just being so obviously.
See, that's the thing. Montreal suddenly just started doing that. Like he
What?
was always very reasonable, pain in the ass, but reasonable. Now he's on that thing.
If you ever want to do it, Sean, if you ever want to get someone on, I mean, I've got people that I know quite well that are into genetic research, evolution, and this whole discussion, because the young Earth creationist, fundamentalist, I know these things are true sort of side was the one I used to bat against quite a lot.
Yeah, I keep forgetting most of you guys come from the great debate community, and
Yeah,
that's
I know.
as far as I'm concerned, that's like more of the religious debate, and that's why.
it's
Great
lots of,
wankers community.
Well,
I
that's
think
the
it's
thing.
called, isn't it?
I would be
That's
considered
why I
an
love-
atheist, right? But I don't like being called an atheist because I'm not here to convince Carlos there's not a God. That's not had nothing to do with what I wanted to talk about. It was just,
You won't anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I don't proselytize.
exactly. Why would I ever try?
I
It's
mean,
not my belief. It's yours.
Everybody has their road to walk down, man.
I think if anybody who feels the need to flat earth someone's religion, you're an asshole. I don't care who the fuck you are, and vice versa. If you believe in a God and your only mission is to prove to somebody how stupid they are because they don't believe in one, you're an asshole too. That shit, personally, I think religion is that shit's yours, no one else's. Not yours to have to discuss or yours to debate.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit like Spurs. I mean, Spurs hides a kind of pseudo-religious undertone to his conversations. That's why he talks about some things are self-evident.
Oh yeah, I don't like also Roxander's. I've been watching a lot of the Global Eye.
Yeah.
So you get Roxanne, the globalist denier, right, and that Trinity 4, he's dreadful, and that Sven. And they're all on this tip of, there's self-evident truths. They love their self-evident truths. But they were telling a Muslim lad the other day that he'd misinterpreted the Quran. I mean, I just couldn't believe the hubris of it, right? You've misinterpreted the Quran. They were telling him, who is a Muslim. Quite a dangerous thing to do, because the Muslims take their Quran quite reasonably, quite seriously. And he was sitting there quoting bits of the Quran at them, saying that he misinterpreted it. Crazy.
I wonder how their Arabic is.
You get stoned. You get stoned for that.
Well, that's it. I mean, and the guy was being very reasonable. He was having a flat Earth conversation. So they brought in this thing about the carpet. I think there's a line in the Quran about the land lies down like a carpet in front of you, and we're all allowed on the land, or something like that. It was making an analogy of a carpet being the land, and they said, "Oh well, therefore that means it's flat." I mean, just couldn't believe it. Could not believe it. She calls everyone bruv as well. Listen, bruv. Listen, bruv. It's a self-evident truth.
Could you define a self-evident truth for me and tell me why it's necessary?
I don't think there are many self-evident truths myself, right? She said it to this policeman. Did you see the bit with the policeman? She said to the policeman, it's a self-evident truth that he, whatever, so, this guy, upset her basically. It's self-evident truth. And he said, it's not a self-evident truth because I've not looked at it yet. The video, This policeman said, it's not a self-evident truth. I've not looked at it yet.
Look at that curvature.
Oh my God, we live in a concave Earth.
Concave Earth.
Stop saying that. Jason will be here if you say that.
Concave Earth, concave Earth, concave Earth.
All right, I'm gonna invite Pete, asshole.
Yeah, he's doing a stream, isn't he, at the moment, Pete, about how sad he is.
Well, I got to
Lucas
run.
had his
Pete's sad
Sarkis.
streams. It's a nice moon. It's not looking like that here, though. We're not quite full yet here. How come you've got a different phase to us?
I don't know.
Is that possible? It can't be possible, can it? How can you have a different phase to us?
You
I looked
sound
at the
like a
moon
flat
last-
Other side of it.
I do.
Other side of
Hold on a second, I'll go and check it out.
I couldn't see it here, though, Joss, but I did look at it last night, because I'm trying to do these moon experiments with Anthony Riley. And we're both waiting for when there's a moon in wherever he lives, in Liverpool, and
I need
down where I
some-
live.
How do you know how to measure the angle or the degree? The angle of which the sun's rays are coming at us. Now, wait. I know.
What?
And then
What are you talking about?
So, hang on. Okay, let me rephrase.
You can
this.
use an app.
Okay,
You
so
can use a stick.
Yeah, but which rays?
The stick on the ground.
I hate you guys so fucking much.
We'll be back
love
into the
you.
whole Barney Rumpus
Kind
Oh,
of.
no.
we had the other night.
Yes and no, but I'm
Optics.
doing it so I can understand it more.
That right there is proof there is no God. If there was a God, he wouldn't let Carlos turn that damn camera on.
I love you too, Blue.
Hello, Carlos.
Hey, why would I want enemies to have you guys? Thanks.
Carlos, we know the truth. You're really Blue's secret love child.
Wait, stop. Do you understand what we have here, Carlos?
What?
We have someone that was there the day it all started.
Oh shoot!
That's right.
Hang on, I just got that.
I
What an
believe the
idiot.
follow-up is, so did your mum.
Oh, hang on, Blue. I got something to show you. Just stand by.
I would like to say officially and on the record that I have the greatest respect for Mrs. Carlos, wherever she may be.
for Mrs. Carlos.
Yeah.
Mrs. Pagan, surely.
I have respect for her as well. Believe me, I know.
Yeah, I
myself.
know. I've met a few. I've met. I've got Latin friends, and I know what their mothers are like. And she would travel for revenge. So yeah. I get to go into Europe.
Back to my question.
You know,
I think I figured out a way to ask this question better.
Hang on, I got something for Blue real quick. Hang on.
Okay.
Blue, you watching?
I'm watching.
Check this out. Ooh, what does that say?
Oh, God.
What does
Yep.
it say? Al
That's,
something.
Auburn.
War Eagle,
What's
baby.
Yeah. Hell, Alabama's getting their ass kicked right now by LSU.
Yeah, as the usual.
How about
Anyway.
the boys?
What? Usual what? What the hell? We whipped the shit out of them last year, 29-0 at their house.
Oh, shut out.
See, and that's how you divert the conversation from evolution and creative to football.
Oh yeah, just start talking SEC football. That'll do it.
That's right.
Well, you guys don't know what football is, so that's a problem for starters.
Yeah,
Whoa,
we do.
whoa,
We
whoa,
know
shots
exactly
fired,
what
shots
football-
fired.
Yeah. Shots about to be fired
And-
back.
El football. That's true. I actually know football. According to Pichet, I am Mexican anyway, so I am qualified
Jesus Christ.
to speak about this.
Did he really? Wow.
He said it again. Oh, you were there, Sean, remember?
Yeah, you were there, Sean. It was the other night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said,
Well,
"Oh,
you was a
you're Mexican. You know about graffiti, right?" And I'm like,
No.
what
I was
the
there. I was
again?
on the panel. Sean, I was on the panel. I was listening, though. I was there. I'm always there.
Did you record? It was just
Yes,
you
I
and me
did,
and,
sir.
And, oh, excellent. That's
And,
that was
and in
funny.
fact,
It was you, me.
that's the
and-
that's the night I realized how much you were against evolution. Because you guys, him and Nathan had a moment.
Oh yeah, Nathan
Thompson.
wrote a song for me.
Yeah,
That
Nathan.
weirdo.
Yeah, Nathan Thompson sang a song doing everything.
Oh.
But did you
Nice.
see Nathan how he cooled down and then how like anyway,
He
it was funny because
yeah,
Go
he's
ahead.
not. He wasn't the hype guy at all anymore. He was having a rational. Put it this way, he was so calm and comfortable. He didn't even notice I was there.
oh yeah, no, it was just me. It was like literally just me and him after Pete left.
Hmm? You guys just wrapped it. Matter of fact, I think I put the headphones down about halfway through it. It was like, I mean, nothing juicy happened, guys, except that one thing. But I'm not gonna say nothing, Carlos. But yeah, you guys just. I mean, he became a human for a second. First of all, he became super creepy. That's when I found out he was a superhuman in his eyes. But yeah, he was actually a chill person.
He's grown inches, and he's in his 30s.
That's when I found out. That's when I found out.
Yeah, and the density of his muscles are like that of
steel,
sort of like special forces, Navy SEAL.
How many inches is he? You said he's 5 inches. What?
No, he's grown like an inch in 6 months.
He's grown.
He's 30, and he's 33.
Okay.
He's 33
and he's
years
got the
old,
melanin
Carlos.
sheaths over the something or others, which were to do with his brain, and his brain is a pharmacopoeia. Did you hear all that stuff?
Where's Brian? Has anyone told him he needs to check those moles? I mean, I don't have moles, so I don't know, but I've heard about that, and you got to get those things checked, right?
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Only if they start
when
to
he
sort
does
of
it, when he's
spread.
showing you his titties, when he's doing the New Orleans girls.
Yeah,
thing.
I think if they're larger than the head of a pencil normally is when they can, sometimes turn into a carcinoma.
Yeah, we should do like.
What are we talking about? I'm so confused. What are we talking about?
Nathan's
moles.
Evolution of moles.
I thought you guys were talking about his nipples. Sorry.
What the?
No, the evolution.
No. That's Jose.
Do you know? I have to say this, and this is actually a video worth talking about, which was that there's a really, really weird, strange fundamentalist guy called G-Man, and he used to bat heads. Yeah, he used to bat heads. But one of his best things is why do men have nipples? So they can find their way in the dark.
What the fuck did you just say?
I know.
What the headlights
They use them like dowsing
God.
rods or something. What's the logic there then?
No.
The nipple hairs would literally send where you go. It was one of the most surreal things I've ever heard.
Interesting.
But this guy thinks that it's a young Earth.
If I was talking to him, I would have been like, "This conversation's done. I'm sorry. We had it. You need a place." I would just
hang on. I know
Jeez.
it. Men have nipples, so they know when to put a jacket on. That's why they're there. I don't know.
Nah, man, I'm like Batman, yo.
Yeah, men have nipples, so they remember that on a cold day that fuck it hurts.
No, I'm again.
When you go for a jog in the morning.
I'm not a little girl.
Here's a theory.
I never have menopause. Sorry, guys.
Hang on. Here's a theory I have. I think when God created man, it was just a man, and he was able to, get pregnant and have babies.
Did you just say God made gay?
And listen, no, and then he took the womb out of the man. That's why the woman's called woman. And then he created a woman. Not a rib.
It was a rib.
Look it up.
And the thing is we don't have one less rib.
Well, it depends whether you're looking at Genesis Part 1 or Genesis Part 2, because they're kind of subtly different.
That's another question I have.
Thing.
And I have no clue, so I'm not. It's not like a coming at you, but what's so bad about the First Testament that you guys said, fuck it, let's do another one? Start over. I said start over. Hide those. We're starting over.
You can own slaves. God will sometimes tell you to kill everybody.
Yeah, the first one's pretty radical, right? If you've read it. The second one's a little bit more enlightened. Yeah.
Wait.
By the way, if you wear linen and wool together, we're going to stone you to death. Prawn cocktails and shrimps are off the menu on pain of death.
Maybe the I don't know what they call their priests. But
what?
Like the Pharisee?
The Pharisees were a sect in Judaism. You had what was called the Sanhedrin.
And cotton or whatever you said. Maybe those give them rashes.
Yeah, it's the Sanhedrin that used to head up the Israelites, if I remember rightly.
Well, I'm embarrassed that I'm not more knowledgeable and prepared to explain that for you guys, but hopefully in the future.
Well, don't worry. I'm just waiting for my got you moment.
Oh, actually, Carlos, if you want a really, really good channel to go and look at, especially if you want to do things like, textual sort of analysis and stuff, there's a guy called Digital Hammurabi. And he's absolutely awesome. I mean, he's an Assyriologist. He's an atheist. His wife's a Christian.
I've never heard you talk about my stream like that.
Who, me?
No, Dross over here.
Cody? Oh, Dross.
Yeah.
Well, that's because I'm polite enough not to do it in front of you.
It's all good. I mean, I don't really mind it.
I wouldn't be that rude, Sean.
Huh?
I wouldn't do it in front of you. How embarrassing would it be if I said how awesome your show was in front of you while all these people are watching? How embarrassing! How putting you on the spot would that be?
I get it.
I always say those compliments behind your back.
Yeah. I do too. I wait until you're not around to say anything.
Exactly, and you can live in that lovely full knowledge that Dross is always saying that your show is fantastic anytime you're out of earshot.
Whoa.
No, in fact.
No.
Whenever he doesn't show his ugly mug.
Noble effort.
Actually, well.
No. I have a great passion for history, archaeology, and sort of ancient texts.
Is that why you like to talk to Blue so much?
Just say no comment.
No comment. To be fair, I thought Blue was younger than me until quite recently.
Oh my goodness, no way. Oh, my bad.
No, Blue gets a discount at what's it called? Golden Corral.
I just have the picture of him striding the mountains.
Whoa.
Why? What is wrong with you?
What is
Did
happening?
you hear what you just said? Yeah.
He's kind of got that voice.
Striding
I don't know.
the mountains.
I do not know. I think you're on your own on that one, buddy.
Big Blue, I want you to say, in the beginning, God created the heaven.
In the beginning.
With that voice.
In the beginning, my son created.
Blue, the correct response to annoy a Christian in a galaxy a far long time ago.
Jesus Christ.
Well, no. If you wanna be accurate, it's not that long time ago. Sorry.
Ooh, comeback sting.
I know. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how to feel about the whole the what's it called, how long, how you have the young earthers and stuff. Like, I don't know enough about the subject to comment on it. I think the dinosaurs probably are were a thing.
Ancient animals. Just for anyone who come across a flat earther, they call them ancient animals, and they can't get across. You can't run from that. That's exactly what dinosaurs are, and they don't like dinosaurs. Besides that, the dinosaur bone thing is fake too. Yeah, I'm one of them.
Because you have one side that says they don't have any real bones from dinosaur bones in the museums, and then you have another group, saying, "Well, this paleontologist found some tissue and some dinosaur bones."
Find me one person who's ever in their life seen a fossil, and I will show you why it's false.
I've actually seen a fossil. In fact, I've got one in front of me, and so's Cody.
That's why I said it.
A whole load of them now.
No, I just want to stop on the soft tissue thing.
I know. That's why
soft tissue. Yeah. So I've actually spoken to Dr. Mary Schweitzer. That's the person that made that discovery.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah. Okay. She was on one of the Steve McRae shows about 3-4 years ago, and we actually got to actually talk to her about her discovery, what she found, the whole 9 yards. None of it was soft tissue. Okay. What they found is they found evidence for collagen, and they found evidence for iron, which is an indicator for blood. And they found what looked to be blood vessels fossilized in the bone.
Oh, cool.
That's actually what they found. So, and it's
so
not
what
like
does that imply?
And what did she then do? Like, once they'd found that, did they go and look for more, or what?
Yes, and then they found more. They found when they do this analysis, they actually find it's much more common than they thought. That then brought into the question: how was the proteins from the collagen being preserved for so long?
Yeah, good question.
Because
Ether man.
I hate
Well,
Stop
the
it.
Earth is a
So
lot
we-
younger. Dinosaurs only died 2,000 years ago.
Yeah.
That's why.
So we know, and this is where young Earth has a problem. We know that collagen quite happily stays around for 10, 15 million years.
Do we?
Well,
Collagen?
yeah,
that
yeah,
long?
do we?
Wow.
Yeah,
I thought it was not long at all.
This is the protein chains for collagen. So it's not like you've got a bit of collagen the size of your thumbnail. This is like microscopic evidence of the proteins for collagen.
Can you see it?
That's,
or you just
that's what they're
speculate?
finding. No,
Just
it's not. You can see it under the microscope. Sorry.
No, I'm just fucking.
So
with you.
and yeah, so that's what they actually found. Not soft tissue like flesh, not like a frozen mammoth.
well, I've
It's
seen one
not
of
the
them.
same thing.
All right. So
I've
I've
actually
done a
unburied
lot
one.
of. So I've done a lot of digging up of fossils, and I did at one time down in Lyme Regis. I was digging through a load of mud, looking for some more pyritized ammonites, actually, which are those like round, circly ones. And in this particular area, because there's a lot of iron pyrite has gone in there, you get these gold ammonites. I've got a couple of them actually. They're really nice to look at, and if you polish them up with a brass brush, they look literally golden. Look like they're made out of gold. They're quite stunning things. I'll dig one out in a second, show you on the camera. Anyway, I came across an area where there was obviously some wood residue, and I dug this lump of fossilized wood out, and I could literally smell the smell of pine with it. I could literally still smell the wood, which shocked me since it had obviously been in there for millions. Hang on, let me grab mine.
I found. That's what I found, Tony.
Where did you get that from?
That was from out of a field in Norfolk.
Okay, let me show you quickly.
And that's
one of these pyritized ammonites, because I don't know if you'll see the because it's a bit. I haven't got a brush to brush it up with. Here we go. Let's try and share. How do we do?
yeah,
Here we
I'm
go.
trying to get better light on it. Oh, that's better.
Here we go. Where is this?
Yeah, it's quite pretty.
Okay, I don't know. I can't see my.
I've stopped.
There you go. I can see mine. Can you see this now? Can you see that?
Oh, that's nice. That's much nicer than mine.
Can you see that ammonite? Can you see if it's? You can't really see it's golden, can you? But it is. It's like golden in color. Yeah, it is, and it's actually it's actually gold. Yeah, it's a screen. You can't really see, can you? It's a shame. Yeah. Anyway, it is golden in color. Let me dig out another one that I've dug up. What else have I got? Oh, look, this is quite a nice one. No, of course, it's not a fossil.
Oh yeah,
It's quite nice, isn't it? Oh, here's another nice one. It's quite nice as well.
It's
an arrowhead.
where did you get that from? I mean, the first one you showed, that's a really weird shape.
Yeah. This one's much more column. The heart one is much more column. Yeah. This is from an Essex quarry, I think.
That one's...
This one I'd have to look at. This was from Cornwall, I think, this one.
That's really, really strange. That's probably, I would say, probably not that old, so it's 3,000, 4,000. Because it's probably going to be on the periphery of the Bronze Age.
There's another nice one. Look, there's a fossil actually intact, still in its substrate. Can you see the substrate? And what you look for is you look on the rock. You look for this kind of sign on the edge. And you crack them open, and then you get that. Oh, I've got loads here. What else have I got? I've got a bit of an alien spaceship here as well. Oh, that's... where's that?
You say you have a bit of an alien spaceship?
Yeah, I'll show you in a sec. Bit of the... here we go. Here's a bit of the... of an ichthyosaur. Right, so this is a bit of a spine. Can you see there's a slight, like, circle on here?
Yeah.
Can you see there's a bit going up? So this is a backbone. Oh, look, it's much better. See the light that there. So this is actually a backbone. You imagine lots of them put together. So this is, again, from Lyme Regis. This is a backbone of an ichthyosaur, which was like an alligator that swam around. What else have I got? I think I've shown these before in Jose's, haven't I?
Of the fossil evidence, how much of that do they have?
All right, you'll love this. This is really unusual, if you can see it.
It's a tooth.
Can you see that?
Is that a beak or a tooth?
Yeah, it looks like a beak, but it's actually a tooth. And can you actually see the... I don't know if I can get it in the right light, and you can actually see the...
Oh, yeah.
Can you see those odd... Yeah. Ah, there we go. No. Yeah, can you see that? Yeah. Now, this is calcite inside it. So what's actually happened is this is pyrite, which is iron pyrite, and it is a tooth. You're absolutely right. It's a tooth. So this is calcite that's been sort of injected into this pyritic mold that had formed. It's a really nice one, by the way, that one. Pretty rare. What else have I got here? Oh, yeah, this is a nice one. A little bit of wood that's preserved. You can probably see. Can you see the grain of the wood on that?
Nice.
Can you see that piece of wood? So it's like a knot from a piece of wood. There you go. Can you see that? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. I'm trying to look for my spaceship. Oh, here's the bit where I could still smell from it. This is the bit of wooden forest that was preserved. This is really odd, and I can't. You can't smell it now. Yeah, you can't
Of
smell
course,
it.
we're over this side of the computer.
Put it to
Yeah,
the
I
camera.
can't
Let me
smell it
smell
either.
Can you see the brown there? So this is brown. This is the actual wood, yeah, which has been like calcified within again this substrate. So there was some ancient forests down there. But as I say, when I dug this piece out, this is the piece that I smelt, and it smelled. Oh, look, can you see the calcite there, sparkling? Yeah, that's really nice. Trying to find the bit of spaceship.
Spaceship.
Yeah, which I'm
intrigued.
Oh yeah, this is quite nice. Here's a nice ammonite. Can you see this ammonite?
Whoa.
Yeah, from
Nice.
there we are. Bit of a pteropod. That's quite nice. Can you see its
That
little
looks
eyes?
like
Can you see
Oh,
its
wow.
eyes? It scuttled along like this.
That looks at the that looks at the spaceship from Galaxy Quest.
It does, yeah, exactly. What have I got here? A load of random bits. Let's have a look through here, see what I've got here. Oh yeah, there's another ammonite again.
Nice.
Yeah, it's got a
And
bit of calcite on it, not quite as good, yeah. Okay. Running out of stuff. I still haven't found the bit of spaceship, have I? I bet you I probably moved it somewhere.
I don't think he's ever going to show it. He's going to.
I know, exactly. I'm not going to be able to find it, am I? It's not actually in
It's
here.
either that or the aliens came and took it back.
I think they may well have come and taken it back. Yeah.
And they took.
No.
They're going to take your tinfoil hat too, Sean.
You think you know someone, and then you find out that they're living with aliens.
Exactly. I can't actually find it, annoyingly. Right. For another time, then when I find it, I'll show you.
That's pretty
guys.
neat. I gotta ask you. Have you
Go
seen any quartz with water trapped inside of it?
No, but I've heard about it. I've never seen it, but it's amazing, isn't it? Because that water they can. Go on.
Yeah, I have a friend who's into that. This is back in Nicaragua.
Mm-hmm.
He used to work in a mine, and so he has good knowledge, and he's always picking up rocks and polishing them. And he have found one, and he polished it. And he called it had a bubble of water, but I was like, no, what you're seeing is a bubble of air. I said, but there is water in there, and I've looked around. There's very few places that I found that people has actually seen that.
It's quite a rare thing because scientists are quite interested. So it does exist, as you say, in inclusions in quartz, quite and amethyst quite commonly, or not commonly. It happens, and then when you find it, they like to open it sometimes and actually analyze because they can tell a lot about. Do you sort of mean when it got inside it? It's as you say, It's pretty rare. It really is pretty rare.
I told him, I was like, you need to save that, and it might be worth a lot of money. Somebody wants to study it. He also had some other quartz that had this. It looked like green algae is stuck in it, but I don't, just knowing a little bit about how knowing a little bit about how stuff is formed. I'm like, I don't know if it's algae, but anyway.
If you're from Mexico, how do you have friends from Nicaragua?
Is this Pete? What the heck? How did Pete get here? Are you being serious? What was the question, or are you just joking?
No, I'm just joking.
Oh, okay.
I was so impressed with the level of Pete's stupidness that it was untrue.
Oh,
so
Lord.
I thought it was worth laughing about just once more.
It's funny. It gets me every time. The fact that he's done it twice, and even though he says, "I know you're not," I was like, "Dude, I told you." Anyway, graffiti. Anyway, yeah, I actually wrote a paper about rocks and is it called the Marsh scale? There it is. Oh, you're on mute, man.
You're muted.
Oh, there. I was just saying I'd found
There
it. Yeah. So here we go. Okay. Can you see it? Not that impressive, is it? But
that's slick.
Yeah, but exactly. I don't know if you can see the crystalline structure on it, and I'll show you something else in a sec. Right, here we go. This will do. Yeah, are you watching?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're watching.
Is it ferrous? Oh,
yep.
Shoot.
Yeah, but it is an iron. It's not iron.
Wait.
As you can see,
That
it's crystalline.
Alien from the alien
Yep.
race of Magnatia?
Oh,
Yeah.
shut up.
Yeah, really very odd. And it's got these. Look, it almost looks like it's been melted here. Can you see?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I've sent it away for
That's-
identification. Can't get identification on it.
Directed energy weapon.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
I've had this. It's probably about 40 years old now. I found it in a field where there's this big fireball that fell down. I went poking around the next day and found this. So, you know, maybe it was a bit of a satellite, right? It could have been. They might have been using strange, but it's quite heavy as well. Yeah. Actually, I should look at what the density of his is. Yeah, and it almost looks like it's got some markings. You can't quite see them on the side. Can you see? It almost looks like some writing here. Can you see that?
It says something about somebody didn't kill himself or something. Hang on.
Yeah, see, can you see? It's really a bit. Can you see? Look, they almost look like there's letters along the side.
Yeah, right
Epstein didn't
Yeah,
kill
it
himself.
looks a little raised on that side a little bit.
Can you see that? I don't know if you
Some
can
sort
see.
of markings. It's
Right
pretty cool.
there.
You see?
Well,
Yeah.
If you kind of
Yep,
tip it,
right
go
there.
towards your light.
Yep.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, and I have tried on each side, but it almost looks like there's something written. It's very, very odd, but really strange. And how it's melted on the end looks like an ingot that someone was putting into like a, like they melted it like candle wax.
I was going to say, do you know what that reminds me of? Is exactly what that was. I was going to say it reminds me of when you do a wax seal.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a little brick of wax.
Yeah, exactly, like the brick of wax that you use. Exactly. Yeah. By the way, it's not. It's ferrous. It definitely is an iron, and it's crystalline. You can see the crystalline structure where I broke a piece off once. And you can see the end of it. But it's not graphite, right? It's I've rubbed it on things. It's not graphite. It's much harder than graphite. Yeah, very, very, very strange.
Get that slick surface on it.
Exactly. And how the hell did it get there? And by the way, I've given it to a lot of people to try to identify. I've never actually sent any off to a lab. Maybe I should do that one day. Because look, can you see it's definitely crystalline. Can you see where it's chipped? Can you see there's a chip here as well?
I'm actually wondering if that's almost like a type of glass.
Yeah, but why would it then? But how would it be so
magnetic?
How would it be so magnetic?
Because it's got ferrous material in it.
All right, so
like maybe in the center or something.
So one of the things that you could do that would test that is see if you can strike a spark off it. Sorry,
you're gonna break it.
No, you wouldn't break it.
Hang on. Oh, okay. So this is a piece of basalt. Oh, here we go. This is a bit of basalt from the pavement that is outside the pyramids. Right, similar test with a magnet. Here you go. Same magnet. Okay, same magnet that I used. Right. This is basalt. Right. This is not iron. This is a black piece of basalt. Can we see it? Can we see it here? Let's try and do it here. It's always hard with these. Yeah, but not obviously the same as this piece. But can you see? It's held up by its own weight on the magnet, yeah? So that was quite magnetic. But nothing like, obviously, this.
Yeah, that's why I think it's got a high... It must have some sort of high ferrous there must be a high ferrous content in it.
There must be, of course.
And what I'm thinking of is one of the ways you can make a substance like that is the glass manufacturing process.
Who would have been doing that in a field in Essex in 1976? I've had it for years, by the way. Yeah.
Illuminati, duh.
Illuminati, duh. Yep. Yeah, I've got lots of treasures like that. Lots of odd, interesting things.
That is actually really interesting.
That is. It's quite a conundrum because having been someone who's into metals and geology and that, for me, it's a mystery.
You must have been quite young in 76, 77.
Yeah, I was at primary school.
He was like 35.
Yeah. Well, we all saw it come down the night before the this meteorite. Yeah. And I went and fiddle around the field and found that lump and took it because I thought it was, associated with this fireball. It might not have been, right? It might have been, a meteorite might have fallen and the thing I picked up might have been nothing to do with it at all.
Yeah.
You just don't know, do you? I should actually get it sent off to a lab, shouldn't I?
Yeah. I was in middle school then, so
yeah, you're a bit older than me then, weren't you?
Yeah, I was just trying to think if I remember anything about something crashing out your way because
what in Essex?
I was in Suffolk.
Yeah, this was Essex. This was Saffron Walden, Harlow, near Harlow. Yeah, actually, I should look it up in the newspaper, shouldn't I? Actually,
yeah,
I should. Actually, I could do that now online.
You may, Cody. You may.
I will.
Yeah. Welcome.
Hey, Phil, just imagine if at the end of this show we actually get the answer to this, and you can actually end the show with, and I would have got away with it if it wasn't for those
meddling kids.
Well, I can tell you right now, you guys have like 15 minutes, and I just gave you the warning.
Oh shit! Actually, it's 11.
Whatever.
It's 11 o'clock. I should actually get to bed, being a lightweight.
No, it's not. It's only it's only 3 o'clock.
Oh no!
It's only 5 for me.
Yeah, it's only 6 here.
Yeah.
No, I just got
There's a reason for that. You're all foreigners.
Exactly, foreigners.
Well, it is almost 6 for Big Blue, but it's his bedtime anyway.
Hold on, Carlos. I will speak louder for you.
I just got it. I thought he was talking about Big Blue because he was old, but he was talking about me because I'm foreign.
That's funny because you all are foreign to me.
I know. That was exactly the point I was going at.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Really fun conversation. I'm going to embarrass the shit out of Sean. Sean, this was a great show.
Big Blue is away from T where he's getting his insurer.
No, I think everyone's got to admit this was a great show. This was a really good conversation. We actually touched on a few interesting topics. And Carlos ran away from evolution, but we'll let him for that.
Yep, I was there. I will tell no one else.
and yeah, I just
changed the subject like 4 or 5 times.
Mm-hmm. Never even finished talking about evolution.
And I really want to get to the bottom of your mystery object.
I do too. I definitely get to the
bottom of it. Toady, you don't understand.
Toady.
I have OCD.
I think it's like
shit.
Awesome. And anytime I can cut off dress, it's even better.
I always think these weird things are very odd, aren't they? As I say, I've had it for a very long time, and it's been a mystery. And I should get it sent to a lab, shouldn't I? They could do mass spectroscopy on it, and that would probably tell us, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because whatever it is, because do you know what I thought it was? The nearest I got, right? Being serious, right? The nearest I got to identify
like a Bakelite silicate.
No. Well, no. The nearest I got was I thought, it could be the internal bit that they use in, and you'll have seen them, Druss. When you get computers, you get those.
Yeah, you get those little rings.
Those are rings, exactly.
The idea is to
those ferrite rings that they use to suppress the
but it's the wrong shape.
Interference. Not only is it the wrong shape, it isn't crystalline like that. Those are much more friable, so they crumble a lot more easily. This is actually a lot tougher. Yeah, and it wouldn't have been around for common use in 70s either. 76.
I'm calling it, Toady. I think that's just a piece of petrified wombat poop.
what I was actually going to say is I do remember that there were a number of USAF planes that went down in East Anglia in the 70s and the 80s, because there was one that hit pretty close to my school. In fact, the pilot actually got an award because he ejected so low, and he ejected so low because he was trying to miss all the houses.
That's what he said.
It just hadn't finished.
Yeah, but I didn't find it with a lot of other wreckage though. Right? I just found it.
Well, no. Normally, if it's the day after, then that wouldn't be the case.
That's what I mean. It's very, very odd. Yeah. There's quite odd circumstances in the way that I picked it up as well. But anyway, we'll go into that another time. Yeah.
Yes, this is not something for open air discussion.
No, exactly. But anyway, so point being that I still don't know what it is, and it has kind of bugged me, and I probably should put it to bed. I'm now nearly 50. It's probably the time. Exactly, is to find out really what it is. Because I've, as you can see, with all the other stuff I've got, I'm someone who's always digging around under the earth looking for crap. And I used to do metal detecting. Exactly. It'll probably be really boring.
But it's not magnetic on its own, is it? It's not magnetic on its own. No,
that's the other point. It's not magnetic on its own, and you can't magnetize it, right? So that's even more odd. The really odd thing is it is like a silica. It's got a shear planes in it. It's crystalline in structure. It's obviously been melted by something, great heat. Yeah, go on.
No. You carry on. I'm going to post a link because it's more interesting.
I think it could have been a meteor that it cracked when it fell, and the burnt parts are for it coming to the atmosphere.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Could it have been part of a, satellite that came down that use odd things in satellites? Because there are odd materials, right, that you don't come across normally.
Here we go. When conventional metal alloy close, the liquid equilibrium is reached when it solidifies its lowest energy structure.
What's that?
So this is basically a form of metallic glass.
Okay,
that was
crystalline metals.
Yeah. Fuck, I'm good.
Whoa, language.
And does it look like this? What test could we do on it to see if it is?
I have no idea yet, but I'm looking at the chemical compound.
Carlos, what the fuck did he say?
I can repeat it. I'm joking. Carry on.
I said, inseminate my woman. Good.
Wow. You heard it, folks. Fine dross. Free shot.
Fine dross. Exactly. It's all good.
Fine D. You will find dross.
Oh dear.
Watch your
Sorry.
profanity.
I apologize, Carlos. I'm feeling really awkward now.
No, I was joking. I was just joking. No, you're good. It's okay. You know, I've had chats with what's his name, Nathan Thompson. So I can handle it.
To be fair, I don't think if I can peek from, you know, oh no, that was a different conversation. Don't worry. But I came up with a horrible one earlier.
Trust, that was the last 10 years as well. If you look at your article, yeah. Remember, this was 1976. This is the thing. Like now, you might say, oh yeah, there's lots of weird materials around. We're talking 76. I picked this up in a field in.
Actually, Tony, if you look at that article, it also says in the 70s they were developing it as well.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I picked this particular document up, because my search criteria was metallic glass 1970s.
I wonder how it ended up in a farmer's field though. Let's say they were making a bulk of this, and it does look like an ingot, doesn't it? Like, as you say, like a seal wax where they melted the end, right? So maybe they were sticking it in a pot, but then how does that end up in a farmer's field, right? It must take years. You see what I mean? It must have been made in almost the 60s to end up in a bloody farmer's field on the edge of a, where they're ploughing.
So Saffron Walden area. So there were.
That's exactly where I lived. Yeah, Saffron Walden. Yeah.
Sorry.
I literally lived there. Saffron Walden is exactly where I lived. Seward's End.
Awesome. Weren't there sort of military ranges around there, out in the marshes?
Yeah, but that wasn't where I was. Where I picked this up was next to the school near Dame Bradbury School. Google. I'm not in front of a computer. Just Google Dame Bradbury's School. Dame DAME Bradbury School. It's probably closed now. It doesn't exist anymore. But that's where I got it from. Exactly where I got it from. Just see if there was anything like that close by. I've never checked actually. I'm revealing where I went to school now, aren't I? Terrible. Doxing myself. We're in.
All right, let's have a look. Get me a map.
And you'll see a nice old building. You'll see a nice old building.
Sorry, I've just got to shift.
Well, Tony,
I've just got to shift the satellite view so I can sort of like.
Oh, you've got to move a couple of satellites, yeah.
Well, no. What I'm looking for is satellites. I've got the school, and now I'm looking at how much new build is around it, so I can then project back in what you're going to say next, because it looks like a lot of those houses are probably 80s.
Yeah. So 76, I was there. Maybe 75 even. I could have been 5 or 6, but I was definitely at that school. Yeah. Right, and then we moved in at 78. 77 we moved, so it was definitely between 75 and 77, so we can rule down the years, right? So it was in that range. Okay, probably more like 76. Probably more like 76.
Yeah, this is interesting.
What's that?
So yeah, it just looks like that. Looks like it to be that.
Can't see it. Are you sharing it?
I'm not. I'll do that. Okay. That's probably helpful rather than me going.
It would be, yeah. And I'll tell you where it was as well. I even know roughly which field. I bet it looks really different now.
It does. It's the sucky thing when I go and look at what I used to look. 1 second. I'm just going to do that. Go up to there. That's better. Won't do an extra tab in the same thing. So yeah, what I was looking at is.
Okay, good.
Hey guys, you guys want to spend $250? Let's go to the Flat Earth Conference
in Dallas.
What time?
$250 for general admission.
It's quite a lot, isn't
What
it?
do I get out of that? 'Cause I expect a lot. I mean, I'm probably gonna go to jail.
Yeah, I was just going to say to Tony that looked like kind of interesting.
Yeah, that does look interesting. Where is that? That's Saffron Walden, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Saffron Walden's.
That's on the Radwinter Road. Yeah.
Yeah, that's on the Radwinter Road, heading out of town.
Yeah, I think they were doing.
I thought it was presenting thing.
Yeah, I'm not. It's Druss. That's
Druss. Yeah, Druss,
I know exactly what that is, Druss. That's not that interesting at all.
Yeah, Carlos, all foreigners sound alike.
Yeah, it's part of an old area where they used to store what do you call it?
All gringos sound alike.
Yeah, one of the things in there, niter for use of explosives.
Geckos.
So I don't think it's as interesting as you think it is, because it was well known. It's on the Radwinter Road there.
Okay.
So find Dame Bradbury's, because that's more interesting.
Yeah. So that's that. I'm just looking for what's around there. So we do have an airfield down there.
Yeah. Where's Dame Bradbury's?
Just there.
Okay, let's zoom in, and I'll tell you where the field is.
Hmm.
Okay. And where's the actual house? The school house. Okay. So you would have come in that big drive. The U-shaped drive is still there. Okay.
Yeah.
So they've built houses where I picked it up, unhelpfully. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say this all looks like 80s.
Exactly. If you zoom out a bit, I actually think I got it from where it was there. Yeah. So roughly where that blue thing is that a supermarket now over there? There. Yeah. That sort of
Home
area.
base.
Home base. There we go. Yeah.
That would fit with my theory.
Yeah. Which is what?
Which is the fact that this is
got a secret
build.
Alien base underneath there.
No.
just that
the majority of what we're looking at is new build after the 19 after the date you're talking about.
Yeah, it would be.
I'm just looking at this. Yeah, this is all too. Yeah,
because it was a manor house in the middle of the country. Well, yeah, on the edge of a town, but sort of countrified the fields around it.
Not
We're not going to get much further, are we? I need to go and try the local paper archives, don't I?
Yeah.
Is there anything else around there that it could be connected to? Though, can you see?
No,
go up.
This is all quite of new.
Yeah.
That's being redeveloped into something. There's obviously very new build here, so that's why I'm doing the hypothesis.
But there's no sort of secret military rocket launching site or.
Well,
no. Any army or military stuff in the area?
What we have is there's this. This is the old. This is Debden.
Right. RAF Debden. Okay.
The other thing is if you go out. Oh, let me get my bearings. Where am I? Okay, good. Okay.
Was it brittle at all, or was it?
It's brittle. Yeah. To chip it.
That's why I think it's a silica.
Yeah, I think it is the glass. Yeah.
Stop the stream.
I actually have to go because I need to go to bed because I've got a busy day tomorrow. And otherwise I will get drawn into this and I'll
look into this mystery another time.
I will help you, Cody.
I would quite like to solve it, and I think we can. I think we can get it tested with a mass spectrometer. It's not that expensive, and I've got some other samples I need to send off anyway to get tested. So,
and what we can do is we can make this into a proper experiment. So we've got we've got an observation.
Wait, guys, did anybody want to share or promote anything before I end it? Because you guys are kind of
Epstein didn't kill himself.
Digital Hammurabi is an awesome YouTube channel. Everyone should go and watch it, and you'll learn something.
Cool.
And Sean wants me to say that he's awesome too.
No, I'm not awesome.
And I'm not Mexican.
And the truth is out there.
And Jose has 3 nipples.
Go check out Blue's channel as well.
Yep.
Oh God, you've been listening to those. You've been listening to Flat Earth 24/7 rumors again, haven't you?
No. Jose came on my stream and showed us his 3rd nipple.
I knew he was scared.
Brian even verified it because it's in his milk duds.
Are we talking about Jose G?
Yep. Ask him.
So what we're saying is
he's a witch. He's a witch.
What we're saying is he's Scaramanga.
I don't know, but he has 3 nipples.
He's
Does anyone know
anyway.
Please, someone tell me they know who Scaramanga is.
Nope. No one here. We're not that old.
Oh, the man with the golden gun.
Yeah, still don't. Wait, is that James Bond?
Yes.
Oh, I know the Golden Gun. Nintendo
Yes.
64, James Bond.
Yeah, not Vincent Price.
I was going to say I played
Paramount.
quite a bit of that.
Yep. That's how I knew the Golden Gun. I don't know who the hell he's talking about still.
But the original Sean Connery.
You are.
Well, of course I'm old. Scaramanga was the character who was the man with the golden gun. He was the famous assassin with 3 nipples.
All right. I'm getting the fuck out
Now
of here.
I'm really starting to feel old.
You just go to bed.
Night all. Bye.
Well, you know
Thanks,
what?
guys.
They never showed his nipples on the video game. I just wanted to point that out.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I don't know if Sean realizes it or not, but Sean just became is going to be the victim of the next highlight. That was awesome. Like, perfect moment. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. I got to get ready for football. And basically, just wanted to, I don't care if we solved any conundrums. That's not what this is for. We're here to have a good conversation. If we learn something, we learn something. We don't. Today, I got to have a good conversation with Carlos about his beliefs and my questions about it and my belief, what I believe. Didn't go too far, but I mean it wasn't planned. It was just out of nowhere. So as far as I'm concerned, we got to hang out and just BS. And I appreciate you. Blah 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 blah. I appreciate you guys being here for it. I may go live if Jose doesn't. I'm gonna go live a little bit later on after the game, but because I had to go short today. But other than that, guys, I gotta get out of here, get ready. So there's gonna be no long rants from me. Peace.